The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered 12 covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
It is time for another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. What's up, Brigade? How are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. If you were live on YouTube or Twitter, thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe button. If you're listening on SiriusXM or watching on Sports Grid Replay, I appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate you guys being here. A lot of stuff to get to, a lot of basketball and baseball. Are you wearing the Yankee stuff, Dave, just to make me mad? How are you on this Tuesday?
If you can't beat them, join them. I mean, people tell me all the time I wear the stuff
a lot
because, I'm trying to jinx them. People tell me all the time I wear the stuff because I'm betting on them. How could a team that's undefeated be an underdog today? I mean, this is one of those things, right? This is so many questions we talk about here on this show. We don't have all the answers. What we have is a group of people that like to show up every day around this time to come listen, watch, participate in the chat. All of you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. There's an internal number of likes that we get on a Tuesday that we're trying to get over that number, like Chef Benny says, don't be a bum, hit the thumb. Subscriptions have gone up over 2,000. We're doing everything we can, boys and girls, and we appreciate each and every single one of you. Boys, girls, women, they love the show. The women love the show. They do. That's what I've heard.
We have a lot of things to get to. Remember, you guys, if we don't get to something that you want us to talk about, somebody sent me a DM and said, you're sending, he's like, I have a future ticket. I have a big question. I'm asking you and Dave a super chat on the show today. I said, great, come on in. We'll spend some time with it. We'll knock it around. We'll figure out a best way to approach the ticket for you as you're going to come through with a future wager. So whenever you guys have big parlays, you guys have big plays, whatever it may be.
Who do you think it is? I'm going to guess it's Alabama.
I don't know. He wouldn't. He didn't tell me. He goes, I'll put it on super chat and you guys can bang it out.
Super chat.
So he'll ask it today. So if that's not the way you're going to do that, remember, no show on Friday, guys. I'm headed to Chicago. Temperature keeps on getting lower and lower. It's I was told today that I have to bring my winter coat, which I was really hoping not to have to do that. But talked to somebody on the ground in Chicago, and they said, yeah, it's in the morning. It's going to be
you can borrow one from AC.
It's 31. You're 31 degrees in the morning.
Just borrow one from AC.
That's like a blanket. It's like a blanket.
That would be a tremendous content. AC 6'9", you and borrowing a winter coat. I didn't know it was going to be cold. The weather predictions were bad.
Whoa, it's going to snow on Thursday in New York. Oh,
Hello.
My goodness gracious.
Hello.
Yes, I have to dust off the winter coat, JC. You're right. It was put away for the winter. I got to pull it out. I wear it probably 4 or 5 times a year here in Vegas, and I'm going to wear it over 3 straight days in Chicago. So, yeah. But somebody who worked at a sports book wrote me a DM today, said, I work at a sports book in Wrigleyville. I hear you're going to be there. Yeah. I'm going to be at the game. I want to buy you a beer. And I said, let's go. So I appreciate people reaching out and saying, hey, alcohol will solve our problems. So we'll see what happens. What's the Triangle Bar, Dave? Do you know what that is?
The Triangle Bar?
Yeah, a destroyer from the Triangle Bar is a great lunch with the BBB. I'm sure Dave knows about the Triangle Bar.
Downtown Pittsburgh.
The
Golden Triangle. Yeah. We bypassed the Triangle Bar a lot of times, but there's a lot of OGs. There's a lot of things going on in that Triangle Bar. Rainmaker lose a Pittsburgh guy knows about that. The Pittsburgh guys know about the Triangle Bar. That's good.
So there you go. Hi guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. All right. What happened last night?
Are they watching at the Triangle Bar right now?
I don't know. I mean, normally Lou's doing that. That's what he does. He puts up at Manny's, he puts up the show, and maybe now at the Triangle Bar,
I have to
put the
get
show
us
on.
to come into Manny's and do a show. I mean,
Be
if
fun.
it's going to have to do it. The Triangle Bar is a little more upscale. Manny's is a place of the people.
Okay.
I think we could pack Manny's to do a show.
Oh,
Got Lou on the ground there to do it. Let's go.
Interesting.
Lou.
Oh, there's Gary's super chats. We'll get to that during bonus time.
Oh,
all right. There you go, Gary. Appreciate it. It's not Alabama. Wow. That is not an Alabama ticket he's having us talk about. Right. Okay. Caitlin Clark, 41 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. Iowa. Who was it? I'm sorry. Almost at Iowa State. Sorry. Iowa takes out LSU, Louisiana State. The revenge game from last year in the tournament where LSU won the national championship, bounced Iowa, and the whole ring thing between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Did you watch any of this game last night?
Watched almost the whole thing.
Okay.
It was entertaining as hell.
Do you agree with Paul Pierce that was the single greatest individual performance in the history of men's and women's NCAA tournament action?
Is that what he said?
Yep.
Wow. That's a big statement.
I almost fell over. I went, Paul. I mean, it was really impressive. All right. I'm not taking anything away from Caitlin Clark. I'm not taking anything away from the attention the game got, the hype the game received. The performance was amazing. The defense was all focused on her, and she still hit 3 after 3 after 3. She passing the basketball last night was absolutely incredible. But I mean, I kind of sat back today. I was like, are we going a little bit overboard here? I mean, are we overcorrecting a little bit on this? Like, we haven't paid enough attention about the women's basketball game for a long time. And I'm somebody who got my career started in calling women's basketball. So I have a deep respect for the game, the players, the skill level, the talent, the toughness it takes to play high level D1 women's basketball. But I am still going like, wow. Like, Caitlin Clark played really well, but I've seen her play better than that. I've seen her have better shooting nights than that.
Did you see her line?
Yeah. 41, 12, and 7 was incredible.
She was making shots from half court.
Yeah, but she does that though. That's Caitlin Clark. If you want, our friend Robert Littall calls her Ponytail Steph.
Ponytail Steph.
And I love that line.
I like Robert so much. I swear.
That's a great number.
That's a pretty good description.
But she is. But like, I feel like there's such this, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people are coming for theirs. And what I mean by that is like people who have supported women's basketball for a long time and watched Caitlin Clark and have told people like, watch her. People are like, whatever. And now everyone's watching her. I feel like they're the ones who are leading this charge of like, I told you how incredible. And like, okay, like it was awesome last night. The game was awesome. It was a great performance. It was an Elite Eight game. I mean, we've seen incredible performances, but I will say this. If it was a male scoring 41 points in an Elite Eight game, it would be wall-to-wall coverage, lead story. Everyone in the country would talk about it nonstop. So I do understand that point, that there is a difference with the way these things are being covered. And what Caitlin Clark did was incredible. On top of the fact that if you watch the game, it was Caitlin Clark playing, Caitlin Clark leading her team, and then her pitching like everything under the sun. How many ads did she have last night on the broadcast?
I don't know. It was impressive. And again, I'm on Sports Grid during that time, so I'm watching it. And we had Taylor on last night. She had her Iowa hat on.
Oh, yeah.
Repping Iowa. It's fun to see somebody. I feel like the ascension it's all earned, but it's so fast. And we talked about it a little bit, and I'll ask you, does this translate to the next level? It translated in the book as far as handle and things like that. But does the WNBA get the benefits of all of this?
I mean, she's going to go and become a superstar in the WNBA. It's hard to go into that league as a post player and be dominant right away. But we really haven't seen a dominant college guard come into the WNBA because I don't care where you are on the floor, she can hit a shot. And so that's going to
anywhere.
It's
so like one dribble,
yeah,
and then boom. And when they're going in, they go in.
Yeah, she gets hot. So that isn't something you can stop, generally speaking. And she will have to learn how to play defense. She will have to learn to get stronger. She'll have to learn to be faster and quicker on the defensive end of the floor. But from just a spot-up shooter perspective, put her in the corner and she's going to bury three. She's going to kill people on the WNBA level with shooting threes. But that's only one part of basketball. You have to be a well-rounded player, and she will need to develop other parts of her game to be really like the best player. But the hype of Caitlin Clark going to the Indiana Fever, that's not going to go away. She's a Midwest girl. She's from Iowa. She's going to play in Indiana. A ton of Iowa fans who are in the eastern part of the state will drive over to Indianapolis to go to games. They'll go to games in Chicago. They'll go to games in Minnesota. Like they will go and travel and watch Caitlin Clark because they are Caitlin Clark fans, and thus they will become Indiana Fever fans. So yes, there will be a benefit. From our perspective, though, this came from FanDuel last night. LSU Iowa was their top betting event of the night last night, ahead of the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the NHL. Garnered 28% increase in handle year over year from last year's title game between LSU and Iowa. UConn and USC was the third highest bet game of the day. What's the future of gambling on women's sports? Is there one?
It's hard to say what the future is because if more people watch them, then maybe more people will bet on them. But I don't think one means the other.
Interesting. Okay.
The betting doesn't come because of popularity. It doesn't. It's just someone in the industry.
Well, then why do they bet Jake Paul then?
It's on TV.
If betting doesn't come from popularity, why would you bet Jake Paul?
Against Jake Paul.
But it's popularity, though. I mean, they know of Jake Paul. They know who he is. And so that's why they bet it.
The regular person bets it. They bet it once. They bet it twice. They may, it was a perfect opportunity for that to be the biggest handle game of the night. There was a lot of trash on the board yesterday in the NBA.
Fair.
A lot of trash. It's on the biggest platform. The game is a competitive game. I mean, if it spread was -10, -11, is it the biggest handle game of the day? Probably not.
Okay. So
it has to be competitive. It has to be on TV, and it has to be a compelling story. People love to bet on boxing, P-Rob. People are betting on boxing, on Jake Paul fights, to bet against him. They're hoping he loses.
Right. No, I know that. But I'm saying just in terms of popularity, they know who Jake Paul is, and thus they're betting on Jake Paul fights. There's plenty of fights with bad people in it in Vegas every weekend that people don't on TV that people don't bet.
Correct.
But they bet because they know who Jake Paul is. I just wonder how once Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and some of the other really famous and popular basketball players who are currently in the college game, when they leave the college game or they go to the WNBA, does the gamblers who bet money last night, because it felt like everybody in the space was on Iowa last night, I didn't touch the game at anything. I watched it and bet it. And do those people who made money on Iowa last night or making money on Caitlin Clark, when she goes to the WNBA, do they go and bet Indiana Fever games now? Or do they keep betting college basketball women's games because they figured out that that's a market they can exploit? I just wonder how much is name recognition, as Roger said, how much does name recognition factor into being able to generate handle?
People love a winner. People love for most cities, like people love backing people from where they're from.
Amen.
Right? Boston
Iowans,
is completely not like that. You people hate each other. I don't know why.
No. People, I mean, we will fight like brothers internally, but like we're Bostonians and New England people are very similar to Iowans in that way. Like if you're from where we're from, we'll follow you and we'll claim you as our own, no matter where you go. Be like, oh, you're our guy. It's a problem is a lot of guys in professional sports, like hockey in general. There's a lot of like the number one pick in the draft coming up played at BC or BU, or maybe one of the two. But like he's a local kid, so like people will follow him, but they won't really like claim him until he becomes like the next Sidney Crosby. And then they're like, oh, he's our guy. He's from us. He's our guy.
Right. Yeah.
Iowans love Iowans from the get-go, like high school, college. They'll follow them all the way through.
All the way to the end.
Yeah, they'll follow them all the way
That's
through.
what I mean. Like, you guys are front runners. They like to follow them when they're winning. And
Well, there's just so many of them. I don't know front runners as much as like there's just so many people. It's a big population area. I mean, 6 states. So you claim a lot of states. You're claiming a big region of people that are. I mean, it's millions of people that you're claiming. Iowa's a state of like what, 3 million, 2.5 million. There's more pigs. There's more pigs than people.
Iowa in the chat, please.
There's more pigs than people. Okay, that's a fact. There's more pigs than people. That's true. There's more pigs in Iowa than people.
Odd statistics.
It's fact. It's fact. There's more pigs than people in Iowa.
Sound right. I got to go back. My one experience of Iowa is as a 9-year-old, and I went to my mom's friend's farm. They ran the water pump stopped working. We had to go to a neighbor's to shower. They had pigs in the back. I said, "What does that smell, Mom? I can't take this smell." It was
Hold on 1 second. Let's do a you here. Let's
Who's calling you?
Let's see if we can answer this.
Please bring him in.
Madeline, how are you? Hold on 1 second.
Speakerphone.
How's your throat, kiddo?
Good-ish.
Ish? She gets the show. Maddie, I'm on BVB. Say hi to the brigade.
Oh. Hi.
Hi, Maddie.
Mr. Dave says hi. On a scale of 1 to 10, how's your throat?
Still like 7.
7. All right. And overall, how do you feel?
8.5.
Okay. All right. And you're taking the medicine?
Yes.
Okay. Can I call you after the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry. I needed to talk to her.
Home from school?
Yeah. She's got strep throat.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So she tested positive for strep yesterday.
The old strep.
She's sick. So that's why I had to take the call. I thought she was FaceTiming. I was going to put her on the show. She was FaceTime. She was FaceTime audio on her iPad. She uses FaceTime audio.
Go.
So
that's good.
This is interesting though. At Red Rock, nobody cheered the no-hitter.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Stunned when no-hitter happened. No one cheered the Blanco and completed no-hitter. I don't know how
probably
people
all had against Houston.
Right.
Right? They
Yeah.
probably all bet against the Astros yesterday.
Right. Then it happened.
Toronto. I don't think sports fans, that's what I mean. Like, sports fans and gamblers are two different things.
There's a stat for you, Dave.
According to the Des Moines Register, there are 7.3 pigs per every Iowan. You're outnumbered 7-1.
I told you. There's more pigs than people.
7-1. Wow. What is the population of Iowa?
Yeah, Madeline added the hook. Yeah, 8.5. she added the hook.
Oh my God.
She's making numbers. Can't do the flat number.
Unbelievable. Right? I don't know. I mean, as the dad of 3 daughters and someone who absolutely loves women's softball, I'd love nothing more to see it get popular for the sport. It's like this show. We keep talking to people about this, is that the gambling may bring us together, but the sport is what's going to carry it through.
Okay.
Our love of sports is different than the love of gambling. The bets come and go. The games keep going on.
Right.
Like, I don't know if there's a future on it. There's a future on it if people will find a way to beat it. The books put up stuff every day.
Are we talking pros? Or are we talking public?
Listen, there's gangsters that have been betting the WNBA for years.
Yes. And crushing
sharp guys.
Yes. I mean, those are markets. I mean, I remember when I first got into this space, and this is where, like, I think your brain has a couple different modes it has to go into. So I came from the content space, obviously, when I came into sports betting. And I remember listening to people talk about betting on tennis. And I was like, the hell are you doing betting on tennis? Who cares about betting on tennis? This is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard in my life. But then you stop and you realize, like, the sport you bet doesn't matter. Like, the real hardcore guys who are gambling every day aren't actually watching the sports. They're watching the number. They're watching the spreadsheet. So they want to see what the different numbers are. So if they see a number at one book that's, minus 125 and the next book is minus 140, that they get involved and they arb and they do different things where they're playing off. It's got nothing to do with the game or who wins. It's the price and the number that's up. And that took me a long time to understand that. And I feel like the content space is still not fully there yet in terms of getting to that point. We may one day get there, maybe we won't. But like the smaller market sports, if you really do bet every day, I'm going to say it's more profitable, but there's better edges, are there not?
Of course, because I mean, the book doesn't have a guy for every sport a lot of times. And these third-party odds providers are wonderful. I'm literally trying every day to find out how to get on the ping pong team. I'd love to make ping pong numbers.
In Colorado?
There's all this volume in Colorado. I mean, they do ping pong numbers you can't believe. I'm really good at ping pong. I can play. I'd love to learn how to make the numbers. That would be awesome. And again, you can provide these numbers. As a book, you have to realize at some point, either you're not good at it, making the numbers, you're not good at booking it if you're getting beat, or 3, if there's no interest, you stop putting it up. We'll see. This will be good. This will be, I mean, what will women's college basketball look like next year without Caitlin Clark?
It won't be anywhere near this. It won't
It's not even going to be close.
No, it won't even be near this. But that's okay. I mean, look, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, Indiana State and Michigan State made the NCAA tournament. Everyone watched it. Everyone talked about it. Everyone fell in love with it. No one was watching really before. They liked it, but it wasn't mainstream, wasn't big.
Right.
They go to the NBA. Same thing kind of happened. They took the NBA by storm. Incredible rivalry. East Coast, West Coast.
On tape delay.
Games were on tape delay.
Before they went.
It was dying. The NBA was dying. I mean, the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were largely credited with saving the NBA and making it into, a gigantic enterprise that it is now. So can Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese go into the WNBA and continue this rivalry and continue this hype train? Maybe. Yeah. I think it's possible that you could see them dragging a lot of people with them that would then watch the WNBA and then bet the WNBA and be a part of it. And maybe we look back in 20 years and say, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese built this. Look what they did. But there's also a lot of noise now. Back then, we had 3 channels. We had knobs that I was we didn't have Power TV or channel changing. I was the channel changer. Matt,
Correct.
get up.
The oldest.
We didn't have.
That was part of the job. Is the oldest.
We didn't have Wi-Fi. We had rabbit ears that you then had to go and adjust and make it go so it would fit right. And then you'd stick your tinfoil on top of the rabbit ears to help increase it. And no one knew if it actually worked or not, but you did it because you thought it did. Like, these are the time that we live in now versus when Magic and Larry were doing it. There's just so much more competition. So I don't know if we're going to see the same type of bounce for the WNBA with them going into the WNBA, but I do think there will be a bounce from them going up there. Will it lead to more betting? I don't know. People who are involved in women's sports who really wanted to go keep on saying this over and over again, that women's sports, the handle on women's sports, you don't understand how many women want to bet on women's sports. And I think it's great. I just don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, they should ask women. They should run polls and see. Because, I mean, I say it all the time. Women sometimes see things we don't. They're not going to go, oh, I want to watch the game. Let me get 20 on it. I mean, I made one bet on it in game yesterday. I was doing a show, and I bet Iowa in game. It's the first time I bet a women's college basketball game in game in my life.
Oh, really?
But I'm watching a game.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm going, it's Iowa -3.5. They're going to cover. She is on fire, So I made a bet. Look at this.
Hold on.
WV Punch Drunk just came in the chat and said, the factory I work at, our night shift security guard live bets Japanese pro basketball. It's live while we are working. He cleans up. He ain't ever watched a game.
But he doesn't need to, right? I mean,
that's the reality.
And here, Clark is going to go to the Indiana Fever, 1777. That's where he's going to go. She's going to go to the Indiana Fever. Larry Bird, he went to the Boston Celtics, and I give you that. But the Boston Celtics in the entire NBA in the early 80s was in trouble. Like they were in real trouble. And so you needed those two guys to come in and to give go watch the HBO series on the Lakers. They weren't traveling in private jets and having unbelievable, amazing experiences. They're flying commercial on buses and they were just hoping to stay alive. They just wanted to keep the league alive.
You like this, by the way? This is a Boston.
It's not a Red Sox hat. No,
hat.
It's not.
White with baby blue.
The only reason why you know that's a Red Sox hat.
In pink.
The only reason why you don't know that that's a Brooklyn Dodgers hat is because of the hook, the 3 in the 8. I can never unsee that.
Inside school.
I will never in my life forget being on the field celebrating the World Series championship for the Red Sox in 2017. Their second one of my life, second one in the last 130 years. And a guy close to Kurt Schilling, and I'm talking to him about it, and Kurt's 2 feet away, and he's like, nothing happened until this guy showed up. And he goes, we all should have seen it coming. I'm like, what do you mean we all should have seen it coming? He goes, 38.
Oh.
Which is Kurt Schilling's number.
Jeez.
38. And I was like, that's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. How the hell did that happen? But yeah, that's how you know it's a Red Sox. I like it. But why is it blue, baby blue? Why isn't it more of a darker blue?
I don't know. The kids make the hats all the time. I mean, this one was on the shelf yesterday when I went saw the hat guy. You talk about bargains. This is a new era fitted. It was $10.
Was it really?
It was $10.
Well, actually, they told me I would have had you buy me one. Whoa.
What size fitted are you, by the way?
I think I'm 7.5. I think. I'm not positive. 7 3/8. I'm not
7
positive.
3/8. That's 7 3/8 and 7.5 are the most common fitted hats. But
yeah,
I'm anal about them. But
I'm one
I
of
would have
those
got you
too.
one. But
I don't know. I'm one of those too. I haven't worn a true fitted hat. There's a true fitted hat for $10.
It's amazing.
Holy crap! That's
amazing.
Great.
We're always out looking, just like the future prices. We're always out looking, picking up things here and there. You never know. This Red Sox team might actually be okay.
All right, hold on.
This is what I keep hearing on the show.
We'll get to them in a second.
I'd at least have one.
Right. Well,
I got a bunch, but that's fine.
We'll get to them in a second.
Yes, we will.
All right. House rules yesterday came into play. The Braves game only went 8 innings. They're up 9. They're up 9-0.
Son of a
run line. Everyone's expecting it to cash. Your house rules come into play because they voided most prop bets. And they voted every run line bet, which you did not know this. I've learned this the hard way too. That run line must be 9 innings. Money line has to be 6 innings. When the game is called an official game, the money line bets are live.
Yeah.
In order for the run line to cash, you have to play a complete game.
Yeah.
Explain this from a bookmaker perspective. Why is that a house rule?
It's just been that way forever. I mean, I don't know if it's fair. I don't know if it's not. It's just 9-0. It's just put on battle armor at the counters when somebody comes up with a ticket and says, well, they won 9-0. It was decided. I have no explanation. I have no good explanation. It's just run line has to be full 8 and at least halfway through the ninth, so full 9 innings they play. It doesn't have to be 9 complete. They just got to play 9 innings. Worst for in-game. It's nothing but bad. This is the only sport that has the rainouts. Stinks.
Run line, team total, player props, and all parlays.
All of it. You think the book wants to give back the money? We don't want to give back the money. It stinks. House rules matter. You have to know the house rules. Speaking of, you have to know your hat size too. Everybody watching a show right now that's watching a show live on the YouTube, put your hat size in there. Put your hat size if you know it.
I like flex
hats or no?
I do. I like flex hats.
Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't.
You don't have any hair, so your head size never changes. My head size changes based upon how long
If I let this stuff grow on the sides, my head size changes.
Okay. By a lot?
Yeah, this stuff could get bushy. Look, I could have that old man fro working. I could grow a hell of a mullet in the back, and on the sides, I could let it get out like boom.
You should do that. That'd be awesome.
I don't want to do that.
That'd be awesome.
I don't want to do that. I mean, kids keep telling me, Daddy, you should do it.
The guy does a poontale.
Yes, I could do it. I could do it. I look like a chooch. I don't want to do that.
Chooch? What? A what?
A chooch.
Oh.
Yeah, I look like a goof. Look at this. What do you think the biggest hat size we're going to get today in the chat? Who has an 8?
8 1/4. I would say 8 1/4 is the biggest size we'll get today.
There is not a person walking planet Earth other than Zach Eady that wears an 8 1/4.
Really? Oh, okay.
That is way too big.
What's your brother's head size?
7 3/4. When he used to have hair, it was close to 8. If somebody posts an 8, I'm getting you an 8.
Oh, okay.
We listen. The 8s are like your boy AC.
Yeah.
When he goes to get shoes. He probably wears what, a 16?
14 to 15, I believe. Because
Okay.
16 is the highest they do in production. They don't anything above
Correct.
16. Anything above 16, you have to get special ordered. I have a friend who has a size 17 shoe. Everything he's 6'11".
I mean, those
He's 6'11".
skis.
He's
Those aren't
6'11".
feet.
No, he's 6'11".
Those are skis.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they like you hold up to your head. You're like they're enormous, just like too big. You're like, how is your head that large? Like, or your feet that large? So yeah, 6'11". I mean, Shaq, I think his feet are 22s.
22s.
Yeah.
Have you ever held Shaq's shoe in any of these
Size
displays?
22.
I've held Shaq's shoe.
No, I'm calling baloney. There's no way, Covey. 6'2" and 17.
Cousin is 6'2".
How's he? Oh, he's only
That's a
14.
big
Okay,
feat.
he's only 14. That's why he's growing still. He's growing into his body.
My
Yes,
God.
he's gonna be 7 feet tall. He's gonna be huge.
Oh, that's
How tall is
gigantic.
Kendall?
How tall is Kendall?
Yeah,
I think she's over 5 foot now.
she's right. Yeah, because Maddie just went yesterday to when she got diagnosed with strep. She's 4'11".
Yeah.
So like,
I think
My-
Kendall's like 3 inches taller than her.
my sister is 5'4".
Yeah.
Madeline's 4'11".
Yeah.
Like I'm like, how tall are you gonna be, Madeline? Like, okay,
I just got the check in from Gio to Wap.
right.
He's watching the show poolside
Hi.
at in San Diego.
Beautiful.
At the Hotel Del Coronado.
Oh,
Yeah, he's at the Hotel Del. This is the way these guys hang
roll.
out,
I guess so.
relax. And they got us on the screen. Try to get us on the bar screen there, Ken. Gio, tell them to get the YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell them you're going to be
like
there
it.
all week. And, we'll give them a little prep, little pop. Probably bet the Padres tonight, you Darvish. They can't hit, though. The Padres are not hitting.
Tatis went deep yesterday, though, right?
Well, it seems like they hit a lot of home runs.
Mm-hmm. That's baseball today.
And they celebrate a lot of home runs and they lose. I said this yesterday. Is it okay? Like, should the guy in the booth at the stadium know that, look, we're down 8-2 and
Wow.
Tatis hits a solo shot and they flash the lights and they do all this stuff and he does the dance around third, the pause, when you round third base. It's 8-3. We're losing.
Of course. I mean, look, the Red Sox are down 16-0 in the 8th inning and play Sweet Caroline. Okay. So like
Unacceptable.
it's the dumbest thing ever. Yes, I would agree. I've long said, and the answer that the Red Sox give to all the media members who ask the question of like, should you really be celebrating like a moment when you're getting your ass kicked? And they say, Fenway Park, it's part of the fan experience for those who have never been to Fenway Park before. They have come
That
to
is at
celebrate.
least a fair assessment.
It
Like, if
is.
you
So
say that.
Fenway now is a fucking amusement park?
Yes.
That's what it is? It's come
Well,
ride.
he said it first, not
it's
me.
come-
34
it's-
minutes
what?
into the thing, you
It's-
said it first.
It's come ride the train. It's come ride Space Mountain. Like that's what Fenway Park is. It's not a ballpark anymore. It's an
Yeah.
attraction that you're expected to see.
This is what the people.
Oh,
want,
it drives
John.
me absolutely nuts. I can't
Yeah.
stand it. It drives me absolutely crazy. I know it's an iconic spot. I know everybody wants to go there. I know everyone whispers, if you build it, he will come. I get all of that. Okay. I understand all the nonsense. I get all that. Okay. I get the dumb part of being just a baseball fan and wanting to experience Fenway Park. But in no part in 1912, when the park opened up, did Neil Diamond have a song that was attached to the ballpark. So they created this. Okay. Because the team sucked. They found a way to make the team have fun. So like, hey, let's have some fun. We're like, they in all honesty, it tried to be like the clowns at Wrigley and tried to be all the drunks.
You're
who
going to Chicago.
I am, but it's like all the
Don't
drunks.
I mean, people are going to find you.
It's
The
fine.
people
But it's
watch
like
the show all
it's
over,
like
they're gonna
all the
find
drunks.
you.
When the Cubs are better now, but when the Cubs
Clowns
were
in
the lovable losers, right? The Red Sox trying to figure out a way to be like, how do we make a ballpark? People are going to come and make some stupid drink train with empty beer things throughout the entire outfield.
Somebody stop him.
No, it's just I don't understand why Fenway did that. So it's just like dumb. Sweet Caroline, I can't stand Sweet Caroline. And it's ours. Okay, everyone copies us. Iowa State, congratulations. Wait to copy. Everyone's copying it.
Boy, here we go.
It's all copied because
here we go.
It's ridiculous. Like, I don't like it that we do it, and then you guys wouldn't copy the mistake. Like, what the hell are you doing for that? Don't do that. Don't copy a mistake.
I told you I went to see Kylie play last year in Utah.
Right.
And the team won. And they sang Sweet Caroline in the outfield. They all da da da. Oh man.
It's all in the name of having a good time. I get it, Roger. Okay. But
tell him, Raj.
I understand that point. But like, when your team wins, you're supposed to win. Meaning you don't celebrate losing. You don't get excited when your team is losing. The idea of having a party, regardless of the game's score, I'm not a fan of. I just like you're saying, you're down 10-0, hit a solo shot. Don't fire a firework. Like, don't make it all great.
Hold off, right? A little.
Like, don't celebrate it. You're getting killed. Like, the game's over. It's meaningless. The guy gave you a fastball because he just didn't want to walk anybody. He's just throwing it down the pipe, going, here you go. Oh, you hit it out. Oh, well, it's 10-1 now. That's what my instructions are. Don't walk anybody. Great. You hit a solo shot. Pat yourself on the back on the way around third. Congratulations.
Like that.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Do they pat themselves on the back when they do the pause around there?
Most Boston fans' point of view, so used to winning, can't imagine anything different. That's true, Ollie, but here's the thing. It's been 20 years. It's been 20 years.
Did you see Allie's avatar?
Yes. I don't know.
Is that a headband for real? What is that?
I don't think that's him. I think that's just he just likes the picture. I don't think that
I thought that
him.
was Allie.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
mean people don't put up themselves on those things?
Yes, John Serrett. This is true. They only play Country Road at WVU games when they win playing football. I love that. That's great. Yeah. Yes, I do. I look. It's you could say get off my lawn.
Tennessee plays Rocky Top like 100
all
times.
the damn time.
What did I do? You're wearing orange. I was just made me think of it. You don't like Rocky Top? Who doesn't like Rocky Top?
Rocky Flop. I hate the damn creamsicle. You dumbest song, and they play the same song over and over and over and over, and it doesn't matter what the score is. It doesn't matter when it is. They play the same stupid song.
You don't like that?
I can't stand Rocky Top. Oh my God, I cannot not stand Rocky Top. No. And the woo bullshit that they do too on top of it. I hate all of it. I hate all of it. I really do. I just can't stand it.
Wait a second, Lou. They're playing what at Pitt games, Lou?
Sweet Caroline.
They're playing Sweet Caroline at Pitt games, Lou.
Yep.
Lou said it. Lou says they play it at Pitt games, and I fucking hate it. Wow.
Country Road is fun. That's a great tune. It's a great tune. It's absolutely great tune. Totally agree. That's a phenomenal song. They don't overplay it. What I love about that song is they don't overplay it. Like Sweet Caroline was fun when you were drunk, like the first 16,000 times.
Sure.
And now Sweet Caroline is no longer fun because they've sucked all the fun out of it because it's constantly played and constantly thrown down our throats. And it's like, oh my God. Okay. It's the drunk guy's anthem. It's here we go. Sweet Caroline. It drives me nuts.
Boy, you could dial up that Boston accent pretty good. That was pretty good.
Oh, it drives me crazy. I'm like, just sit the fuck down.
Oh,
like it drives me
loose on Tuesday.
It drives me nuts. I can't stand it. It's just, I'm like, why? And look, when I'm not in Boston and I'm home and I'm here and like someone plays it, it makes me think of home. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's with Boston. And then I watch the Jagoffs who are out there dancing and doing it to it. And I'm like, you know what? No way. I want no part of it. Like, that's it. Goodbye. See you later. Like, you're not from where I'm from. So stop it. Okay. Even though that song is not a Boston song, we just ripped it off and stole it. It became, tied to Boston. It's not like shipping up to Boston or the Dropkicks or something that is a Boston anthem. It just now is just tied to Fenway Park, and everyone copies it over and over again. Cannot stand it.
You see what's happening right now? Guys
What?
like Nick Tom in the chat
Yes.
said if he ever catches P-Rod in a bar, he's going to the jukebox and playing Sweet Caroline
play it once,
5 times in a row.
You'll get my attention. I'll go, oh, okay, who played that? And then the second time I'll be like, come on, bro. Third time I'd be like, okay, I'm done. And then it keeps going and going and going and going and going.
Oh.
So there's just certain things like what's the worst? Let me think. What's the worst in arena song that gets played? I hate New York, New York.
Oh,
just because the Yankees.
Oh,
so I hate that.
Chat, boys and girls. This is a good one for the chat.
So I hate that.
Like in Pittsburgh, they dial up Renegade in the Steeler games.
Fucking amazing.
That's
it's
good.
Amazing. I mean, they play at the right time though. Like Renegade is used
strategically.
Yeah, in the same way that Oh, I'm sorry, my brain's not working. The song that the Patriots play that's not Renegade, but they play Renegades by Styx, right?
Renegade is by Styx.
Yeah. So the Patriots play a song. Chef Ben's gonna have to help me. I'm forgetting the name of it. My brain's not working at the moment. But they play a song similar in the fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter that gets the arena jacked up.
Like Wisconsin plays jump around.
Jump around in a close game.
Oh,
there's two things. Enter Sandman for Vatek.
That's pretty good pregame.
Don't Stop Believing. Thank you, Marcella Under. Thank you very much. That's
thank
good.
You.
And This Is Our House by John Bon Jovi. Yes, that's true.
Oh, thank you,
yes.
Bruce Daly.
That too. But there is an incredible moment when the game is tied or tight with Wisconsin and jump around starts that they just come out in the fourth quarter and they go crazy. And they just I love that when there's Enter Sandman, the intro for the Hokies when they come out of the tunnel is crazy.
Yeah.
When Enter Sandman's getting played, like and Renegade really is the timing of Renegade is so perfect whenever they need it. Like they use it sparingly only when they need it. They don't just play it to play it.
Dial it up.
Yeah. And that's big to me. It's not like Sweet Caroline where doesn't matter time and score. It's every 8th inning. 7th inning stretch, you come up and you stand up and you swing, you sing God Bless America. In the 8th inning, you come in and you play Sweet Caroline. It's like, why? Because it's
What's
part
that
of the
song now that's very popular in the arenas where they go, Seven
Nation Army. Penn State song.
Playing that in every arena in the country.
Yeah, right. You guys started it, but yeah. That's a big when I hear that, I hear Penn State.
Yeah. I heard that at UNLV.
The whiteout. Zombie Nation. Thank you. Yes.
Zombie Nation.
Yeah.
That's
Got to do it right. A&M's fight song's pretty bad, Steve Anderson. I'll give you that.
What? It is?
Oh yeah. And A&M, the entire experience of going to a game at Texas A&M.
Here we go.
It has to be experienced. I'm just telling you, you have to go to a game at Texas A&M to just experience the crazy cult-like whack jobs that are on the field. It doesn't make any sense. Like my friend TJ and he's a Bama fan. I was living in Houston. He's a Bama fan. We're watching Alabama play Texas A&M. Yeah. And he keeps on looking over to me and goes, what the hell are they doing? Like, what is this? What are these chants? What is this guy doing? What are these songs? It is the weirdest thing in the world. It's like going to a concert and not knowing any song being played. So you're constantly going like, what's that?
Really?
Why? What's this stuff? And like, why are you doing this? And like, why are you on one leg? And like, what are you? It doesn't make any damn sense. And I get it. Texas people, for a long time, I had good Longhorn friends who were like, you don't understand. The A&M folks, we don't claim them. They're a little odd. We leave them alone. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, they're just weird. They're just weird. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I went to a game and I came back and I was like, okay, you're right. Like it is a different experience. And A&M folks are so sensitive. Like if you were an Aggie, they wear this damn ring like it's like their wedding ring. Like they're graduating Texas A&M and you get that ring when you graduate. Like you literally walk around New York City where the A&M ring, proudly displaying it to everyone because by chance that somebody might stop you and go, oh, you went to A&M? You're an Aggie? Yes. I've never seen it. Like unlike anything else I've ever seen. Like, it's a very much like badge of honor to wear, to be there and be anti-Oklahoma and anti-Texas A&M. Don't get it. It's a very weird.
Cancel all the Texas A&M sponsorship opportunities for
it's
us.
fine. You know, it's
not
it's
in
quite
that.
right.
We're not
College
in that club.
Station.
We're not in
College
it.
Station is not bad. There are some very, very good barbecue places in College Station. I did not hate the town. School is a whole different story. Yes, the Aggie ring is the size of a super ring. It's enormous. Absolutely.
Everybody gets one of those?
When you graduate.
Really?
When you graduate, you get a ring. Yep. And you are expected in some ways to wear that ring, like daily. Like, it's very strange.
Got to see one of these in person. If anybody puts it, if anybody has one, put it in the Discord channel. What's our Discord again?
Well, you got to get it from thebvbshow.com is our new website. You go there and click join the Discord.
Right to the website.
And bam, big, huge thing says join Discord. Bang, and takes you right to it and you can do it.
Done.
All right. So another no-hitter last night, but another one by the Astros.
Yeah.
No-hitter since June 2020. The Astros, 4. Everyone else, 3. The hell's the reason for this? Like, what's going on here? Why are the Astros so good at throwing no-hitters? Because this one came out of nowhere.
I was on Sports Grid again every night, so from 5 to 7, but they put up a live, will a guy get the no-hitter number?
What do you mean?
Guy gets through 5 innings.
Okay,
and
they
his
pop it up.
number pops up.
Right.
It's under a specials tab.
Okay.
I would have never known about it if I didn't do the shows with Wetzel. Wetzel's a savant. He likes to look at all the stuff that no one's looking at, kind of like what we do with this show.
Mm-hmm.
It was 12-1 in the 6th, 6-1 or so, 550 in the 7th, 3-1 by the 8th. So you had to get 6 outs. Look at that frozen face. I cannot believe that face. Mikey Awesome is going to completely get you.
Sorry.
You look like a basset hound, like this. I can't even believe it. I'm looking at you, and I'm going, oh, no, he's frozen. Why is it the Astros in particular? I have no idea. But
it is weird, though, right? I mean,
they leave him in.
4
I think
no-hitters.
the recognition of them to leave him, like I'm watching it, and I'm on with Ranieri going, don't take him out.
Well, they
I
would.
immediately go to the game in the 7th, and he's got swinging and missing stuff, and I am letting him pitch until somebody gets a hit.
Further notice.
Right?
I mean, he was a 30-year-old journeyman pitcher who became a starter last year. Like, you could say the Astros pipeline is so incredible. They draft and they develop and then they go and produce these great. This is not their guy. They went and just acquired this guy. He was a starting pitcher last year. He wasn't expected to be a starter this year for them. He just earned the 5th starting spot. Like, he's the 5th starter in this rotation. Guy goes out there and throws a no-hitter, and his name is Blanco. Like Ronel Blanco. There was a no-hitter. Like, we should have seen it coming.
Blanco.
I mean, blanks the Blue Jays.
We're going to have to remember the next time he pitches.
To bet against
him?
him?
Probably going to be
big bet against.
Saturday or Sunday, depending on how this lines up. You'll be in Chicago freezing your ass off. You won't remember that we got to bet against Blanco in his next start. But that's a common thing you'll see guys bet against. I don't know. I've told you this before. We've had on Tyke Neri, a friend of the show. He's seen multiple perfect games, no hitters. I mean, the guy's a baseball junkie. I can't wait. Every game I go to, I wait. And I'm like, if we get to the 3rd or 4th, I start looking around going, could this be the night? Could this be the night? I love no-hitters. Do you like no-hitters?
Oh, they're incredible. I don't like them happening as much as they've been happening, though. I feel like they've been happening a lot lately, and we're downplaying the importance of them because they're happening so frequently.
Oh, I don't think we can downplay the importance of them. I don't.
They used to happen like once every 3 years. We see a no-hitter. Now we're having 3 or 4 a year, and they're all by Astros.
Yeah.
It's just strange. I remember growing up. I remember like 2 or 3 no hitters, and like we always would like run to the TV. If a guy was in the 8th inning, you'd run. I remember literally running. I was living in Old Town Alexandria, and Pedro had a no hitter in the 7th inning, and I ran to the bar. Literally ran to the bar, and I watched the 8th in the 9th inning, so I could watch it because I didn't back then. You didn't have there wasn't a baseball package back then. They had to go to a bar that had a satellite dish to actually pick up the damn game. So I ran to the bar to watch Pedro. He didn't get it, but I watched him pitch. It was a huge deal. No hitters were huge. I don't feel like they carry the same. Like someone said in the chat, like they didn't really celebrate. Like they got it, and they were like, "Yay! All right, yay!" Like he celebrated with the catcher and whatnot, but the team didn't like go crazy, like you normally see. Now it's a perfect game. That celebration comes from the perfect game.
I don't know. I think it's not the same accomplishment, obviously, because now nobody gets on base, but a no-hitter's a no-hitter, whether one guy does it or 2 guys do it or 3 guys do it, right?
Fair. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, of course.
I think that's where it kind of got diluted a little bit, where we were getting combined no-hitters, and somebody went, I mean, I went down during a commercial break to this house, and Big Consig's back in New Jersey. She would have been excited. She would have been like, turn it on. The other 2 were like, who cares? They were kind of into the women's game. It was on the TV.
Right.
So they've been in basketball mode. Is it too early in a season to be throwing a no-hitter?
No, but it does downplay the hype of it. Like it's not like you throw a no-hitter in the World Series or playoffs or in August or September.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you throw it now is as equally important as who you throw it against and when you throw it.
I guess there's something to that.
So,
because the guy for the Yankees threw it in Oakland last year, and they were like, Oakland stinks. Oakland's the worst team in the world.
They were.
Threw a no-hitter.
He did, but it's, I think it's not just the accomplishment anymore. There's more to it. Like I said, who was it against? When did you do it? Was it combined no-hitter? Was it just you? Like there's all the different like caveats now as to like what happened with the no-hitter, but the Astros have thrown 4 since June 2022. The rest of the entire league has thrown 3.
Yeah. What inning? I'm going to ask the chat this. You guys, baseball fans, put it in the chat. What inning of a no-hitter do you get excited like, wow, this could be a no-hitter? For me, we get through the 6th.
Correct. Just me too. I don't give a flip till you get to the 7th inning.
You don't give a flip at all.
I don't care. It's not even like I'm not even paying attention to it until we get to the 7th inning. You got to get me to the back half of the game. 9 outs away. Okay, I'm interested. Till then,
you got me. If you get to the 7th and you got a no-hitter, I ain't watching nothing else.
Yep,
I'm rooting for you, and I'm
yeah. Give me 9 outs. I can sweat 9 outs with you and watch it and give you my attention. Otherwise, I'm like, okay, whatever. There's numerous guys that go 6 no hit, 7 no hit. Like you got to get there 8 and 9. Those last 6 outs are really hard to get. You're tired. Your teammates are nervous. All bunch of crap goes into that. So impressive deal last night though, for sure. Just a quick one on Larry Lucchino passing away. I know most of you guys probably don't know who Larry Lucchino is unless you're heavily involved in baseball. Baltimore people, you know him because he built Camden Yards. He went to the Red Sox as the team president and won 3 World Series. Larry used to do a ton of radio hits. When you contacted the Red Sox and you wanted to have someone on from the Red Sox to be a part of the team, Sam Kennedy was his number 2 or Larry Lucchino. And Larry or Sam both did my radio show in New Hampshire a ton. I had numerous long talks with Larry Lucchino, who passed away this morning at the age of 78. So I wanted to say a quick rest in peace to him, and an amazing baseball guy who lived and breathed baseball. He moved the Pawtucket Red Sox to Worcester in his last iteration, built the brand new ballpark in Worcester for the Worcester Sox, called them the Woo Sox. So that was a sad thing to wake up to this morning. That he had passed away today, and he was president of the Jimmy Fund too. So he was president of one of the largest charitable organizations to raise money for cancer. I don't know how he passed away, but he did survive a battle with cancer once in his life.
Did you say he built Camden Yards?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was correct. Yeah.
Wow.
His claim to fame, what raised his stature, he was the one that put together the plans to build Camden Yards.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then he became the president of the Red Sox, with Tom Warner and all the other guy, John Henry. And
so he was there for the rings?
He was there for the first 3 of the 4. He was there, yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
He was there for 3 of the 4 rings, yeah. He was there for the breaking of the curse in 2004, and him and Theo Epstein famously clashed and whatnot. But the A's are absolutely horrible. The Oakland A's have committed 13 errors this year, Dave. Do you know how many runs they've scored this year?
Less than that?
11.
That's not good.
13 errors and I was laughing my ass off, even more than the night before. I was laughing my ass off. They dropped balls in center field. Again, they failed a pickoff play and they threw the ball into center field. Again, they didn't cover the right base and the ball got tossed into the outfield. Again, a simple bounding ball got right through a guy and he couldn't field it. I mean, there's bad, and then there's the A's. This team, I've watched the Rockies. The Rockies can actually throw and catch and field. The A's cannot.
Is there going to be an investigation into this if this continues?
I don't know.
Just like that bad?
They're that bad. 13 errors in 5 games, and they've scored 11 runs. Like, until further notice, guys, it's run line against the A's. Until further notice, they are facing the team now with the best rotation in baseball through 5 games.
Who
today.
would that be?
The Boston Red Sox. And the ace goes today in Brian Bello. This is crazy. The Red Sox stats are just bonkers. Tanner Houck yesterday struck out 10 of 21 batters, 6 shutout innings, no walks. He was pulled. The Red Sox became the 4th team in Major League Baseball history last night to open the season with 5 starts of 5 innings or more, 1 or less walks, giving up 2 or less earned runs in those starters. I mean, this is, yes, who they're playing matters, but the Red Sox can pitch.
So far. This is good. This is the question of this team was the pitching. And all the questions have been answered so far.
Historic.
It's
start.
April 2nd.
Correct. Ways to go. Right. And pitching always ahead of the hitting, always. But this is where you stack wins. Like, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like, you stack wins in April, like, you can get yourself into a position where, like, you just need to go 500 the rest of the way, and you make the playoffs. Like, you can if you get 10 games over 500 in the month of April, the rest of the way you just play 500 and you're going to be in a wild card position. You make the playoffs.
Yeah, this is I was on Wager Talk this morning with Teddy, and Teddy specifically asked me about fading bad teams in April. And I said, Theodore, we've been talking about this for decades in the book. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. We said it yesterday here on the show. We've said it last year when we did the show. And again, we've done over 500 shows. So we've said some good things, some bad things. We don't know everything, but I know this. Bad teams in baseball are going to be bad in April, in May, in June, in July, in August. In September, they get better sometimes because they get an influx of different people. But my goodness, picking against the bad teams when the bad team is at home, you're getting a price that's way different, because flip this game around when Oakland goes to Boston. What's the price?
On the run line, minus 130?
No, today Boston and Bello are minus 140.
Yeah, but what's the run line price?
I'm just looking at the money line price first.
I got plus 120 last night. Again, same price as the day before.
Well, that's fine. You're taking a little bit of a risk laying a run and a half. What guys will do, how high can you make the road favorite in this spot? So you can't go too much as the book. Or you got to, like Prez asked me, what's the book's defense in this case? You move the number and try to trick the bots, or somebody has a price where they're going to go, I got to take Oakland. All right. I mean, I thought, okay, maybe Oakland plus a run and a half last night might have been okay bet. It wasn't. Was not a good bet. But this is what you got to do. Josie Myers is in the chat. Said, are we going to do the fade the A's
Yes.
on the run line?
No.
Not yet.
Do the
Not
Rockies. Yeah.
Stick with the
Just
Rockies.
stick with the Rockies for now. Because did you see his number with the Sharks? What it is now? Sharks on the puck line? 32 and 32.
Are you serious?
You'd be down monster money if you were betting at every game with the Sharks.
It's 32 and 32.
Yeah.
With laying all that juice, you got to be buried.
Buried if you're betting at every game. Buried.
Wow.
Awesome. I appreciate Joe doing that because it shows you.
Myers, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it shows the numbers as to where they are and what they've done.
Yeah.
Bello under 2.5. Alex Wood is the pitcher, Jimmy Jack. And I think you need to go look at Alex Wood's first start before you want to call him a decent pitcher.
Oh,
Alex Wood gave up 6 earned runs in his first start in 3 innings.
did he?
He got killed in his opener. And Bello was good. He could be better than he was. He gave up 2 earned runs in 6 innings. I wouldn't bet the over. I don't think the A's are going to score very many runs in the Red Sox. I thought they'd win the game like 5-2. They won the game 9-0. So
it just got worse.
it just kept on getting worse and worse and worse. It was an absolute waterfall. And Dallas Braves.
Hold on, you're frozen. Hold on. Stay with us. Hold on. Uh-oh.
Should be back.
We
right?
may have lost him.
No.
He's back. All right,
No.
good. What'd you say?
Dallas Braden is so fun to listen to.
He's great.
Doing the color commentary because he's so honest.
He knows.
He's played the game for a long time.
Yeah.
And he does podcasts with guys in Boston.
Yeah.
So with Carabas and a guy named Steve Peralt, no relation to me. But he was like, I do this podcast with these guys in Boston all the time. And I just have to say it, like, this is just unacceptable. Like this is Major League Baseball. Like we just cannot have, like we have to you look yourself. That's when you go and look at the veterans to go look at the rookies and the young kids and say, guys, like, you know how to play baseball. Like you played baseball a long time. You may be in the big leagues, but like this is catching and throwing. Like this is very basic stuff that you got to be able to do. Like you got to be able to do that.
Yep.
And right now the A's can't do that. They can't do very simplistic things. 11 runs and 13 errors for the A's. Not good.
All that being said, they'll probably win tonight.
No. Yankees are 5-0. First time since 1992. The Yankees are 5-0.
This matches the Yankee gear, boys and girls.
It does.
It's a navy with all white BBBs. This was a Stevie Mac, capital M, capital K model. Came up with this one. It matches the Penn State stuff too.
It does.
Anything Navy matches the Yankee stuff.
God, I hate that uniform.
It's so annoying, isn't it?
It's gross. Just seeing it makes me.
Although that thing is maybe the best logo in all sports.
Of sports?
That
No
top
way.
hat
It's good.
Yankee thing. Look at that.
It's
That
good.
is
It's really
nice.
good. It's not the best in all
nice.
sports, but it's good.
It's really nice.
I'd be very curious to see what the Yankees do tonight against Gallen. We'll get to that game in a second, but they got a big test tonight.
Woo!
That's why they're dogs. So we'll get to the Yankees, but hell of a start for the Yankees for sure. Okay, another day and another interesting headline involving sports gamblers and athletes. Dana O'Neill, writer for The Athletic, wrote an article today about end of bench players getting harassed. She quoted at the beginning of this tweet saying, "Kill yourself for taking that 3, you bleeping worthless loser. Slit your bleeping throat, you bleeping bleep. That was completely uncalled for. I hope you bleeping kill yourself. For late game subs, their joy is sometimes someone else's misery, and they're hearing about it." Dave, you've been around sports for a long time. Guys getting yelled at from fans. We talked to Teddy Covers about this at Resorts World, but these are clickbait stories, are they not? This is nothing new. Like, what are we doing?
There's Twitter accounts that have like fights in the stands.
Right.
We just hearing about it now because there's more stuff going on. It has nothing to do with the gambling. The first time that I ever heard it, I think I was 5 or 6 years old. I was at the Penguin game with my dad. I had shot in between periods. We were watching a game, and this guy beside us yells down to Greg Hotham, who was a defenseman on the Penguins. I was 6. I remember it like it was yesterday. He yells down, Hotham, next time hit him with your purse. And I went to my dad. I remember I looked up at my dad and I said, Dad, does Hotham have a purse? What did that guy mean? And he went, "Oh, Dave, he's just yelling and he's mad at him." And I remember hearing it. I can't even make that up. Who even knows who Greg Hotham is? I used to think about that all the time.
Hit him with your
The stuff, he's a defenseman in the NHL. And this Bubba Luke sitting next to me and my dad said, hit him with your purse. And you could hear it because there was like 5,000 people in the whole arena. Like you could have heard this across. So I remember thinking like, well, people are going to say whatever they want. This guy's a defenseman in the NHL. And you could say, listen, I've been told that if you pay the ticket price, you can say whatever you want. That applies to the gambling too. I mean, it's annoying. If anybody spent time in books, as much time as I've spent in books, you wouldn't believe what you hear. You wouldn't believe it. You got to be careful.
And that's at a screen without the guy there to hear it.
Correct.
Just some maniac screaming at a TV set.
Yeah. Yeah. It's now so open. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's worse. It has nothing to do with the gambling. It does because that's what they're yelling about.
Right.
They're going to yell about something else. The issue is that they literally can go on and make a bet and then yell about it right there. Is that bad?
I mean, bad is the wrong word. I don't think it's bad. No. I just wonder what do we want? Like what do we want? As sports fans, as society, as media members, like, are we going to craft a bill of rights? Are we going to craft a behavior thing where everyone's going to have to live and abide by it? Because on social media, I've seen bench players who have horrific things in their DMs from people before gambling ever created,
right?
Before gambling was ever out there.
Yep.
People like fans saying nasty things to other people or players is completely and totally par for the course. And so now they're saying things about gambling. And so it's gambling's fault. Really? Because they would just say something else. If it wasn't about the gambling, they'd say it about whatever they want. They'd make fun of his look or his mom or his girlfriend or whatever. Like
all the time.
It's like, it's weird. Daniel O'Neill's gone to a lot of games. Like Daniel O'Neill, like you sit courtside at college basketball games all over the country. This is like shocking to you that you're going to write a whole big expose on guys at the end of the bench who are getting heckled for doing things. You've heard just as bad, if not worse, in your career going around college campuses to hear what kids are saying to kids. Like, as you said, it's got nothing to do with the gambling, but clickbait, it's clickbait.
It's the running the lanes are now it's one lane. It used to be, the gambling used to be separate. It used to be just for the gamblers, just for the bookies, just for the mob, just for the whomever. Now it's, the in-between timeouts at a basketball game is brought to you by a different book. Here's the same game parlay that we're rooting for tonight. Who's rooting for what? What's this we thing we're rooting for? What are you talking about?
By the way, there needs to be somebody. I know we've talked about regulation and whatnot. I don't know why my Instagram feed now is full of these scandy-capping, lying people, but it is. I saw one last night that my fucking jaw dropped. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
This is why I will not get on the gram.
Could not believe what I was watching. I was watching a guy literally telling people how much money he bet by using the Action Network app as justification for his tickets.
Of course.
He wasn't showing real tickets. He was showing his Action Network app. And I was like, does anybody know that you could just fake that? Like, it's so simple. Like, you can manually insert that. Like, what are we doing? Like, you tell the app how much money is getting bet. He was claiming he was betting $10,000 a game. He's claiming that he has an algorithm living in Florida. He has an algorithm that will guarantee to make you six figures. I was like, this can't. I was laying there trying to go to sleep, and it was the last thing I saw before I went to bed. I was like, oh my God. It's like, this is where this is disgusting. At some point, you couldn't do this with the stock market. You couldn't do this. You wouldn't be allowed to do this.
Oh, you can do whatever you want with that stuff.
Oh, there's laws around it.
Well, you could get caught. Absolutely.
There's no laws on this. There's nothing on it. There's nothing going on. It's completely
when we had
illegal.
Burnham on, I specifically asked him, do you feel like you have a responsibility in the position you're in with the platform you have?
Yeah.
I do every day. I mean, I want to keep it fun, but I know the dangers of it. I'm not going to go on and say, oh, I do this, I do that.
$10,000.
There's a lot of people that are going out there going, well, now you have to be a better to be actually doing content.
Yeah.
It's two different things, people. It's two different things. You can be a gangster and be betting 5 times a game and winning and tell everybody about it. You can fake these Discord channels too. These Discord channels can be, there's bots, there's all kind of things that are happening. It's really going to get crazy, P-Roll, to find trusted voices in this space. And again, we show up here every day. You're more to anybody that wants to question anything or have something to bring to the table. Come on the show. Come on the show. Email the show. What's the email for the show?
AskTheBVB@gmail.com.
It goes right to Matt, sees it first, sends it to me. There's only 2 of us. It's the only 2 people that you'll talk to. If you want to set up a deal, you want to help sponsor the show. We're taking calls every day. We took a call yesterday. We got another call Thursday before we do the show. We'd love to get involved, but there is a moral responsibility, I think. Not everybody does.
No, this guy did not. No way. This guy was, I couldn't, like, it actually made me like long for Vegas Dave watching it. I was like, wow.
Really?
I was like, man, this guy just took Vegas Dave's whole gag and made it even 10 times worse. I mean, it's even worse. I mean, he's claiming to go 8-0 every night. He claims that the algorithm, he lives in Florida and that he doesn't work. All he does is bet sports, $10,000 a game every day. I'm like, what sports book?
That's a hell of a future, right there.
What sports book is taking your action on this every single day, dude? I would love to find out. Like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Like, what are you doing? Like, this is just. I was blown away. I was, and it was even worse because like he had a free video and he picked Iowa. He started it off by saying these women are going to be sent back to the kitchen soon. So you might as well bet on them. I was like, oh, I was like, you're a good person. I was like, okay, this is where we're at in the space. I was like, okay, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like this is really nasty that these people, and he had 30,000 followers on Instagram. I was like, this is sick. Like, this is absolutely sick with what's going on in the space right now. It's really, really wacko. Okay, I'm furious about this. Donovan Mitchell is out for injury management tonight. Cavs are laying 12 against Utah. The total's up to 218. Can we, like, the NBA has got to figure out something. They've got less than 10 games left.
Yep.
You're on the road. You're on the road. Cleveland needs the game. Injury management is now a real thing. I just don't want to play. I just don't want to play.
No.
Taking that off. Bye.
Yeah.
And this is like striking out 5 times in a Major League Baseball game. It used to be like the ultimate embarrassment. We struck out 5 times in a Major League Baseball game. Now it's just like, whatever. We're all good.
Yeah.
No big deal. This used to be embarrassing. Like if you took a game off because of injury management, are you hurt? No. Are you healthy? Yeah. You going to play? Well, no. Why not? I don't want to. What do you mean you don't want to? We play 82 games. What are we doing? I don't understand this at all. I don't understand it at all.
It becomes a job, and I understand that. But at some point, again, and I'm not in the game. I don't know how his body feels. I don't know about all that. There's a lot of things that are tied to a lot of things of whether or not these guys play.
Furious. I have the best number on the planet. One of the best numbers on the planet. I have 214.5 in this game.
Oh boy.
Up to 218, now down to 216 because Donovan's out. Furious. He played last game.
18.5, 216. Okay. So
Opened at 212.
Yeah.
Straight up. Bam. Number was too low. Now it's down to 215.5 at circa. It's all coming down because Mitchell's out. Such a complete joke.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Stevie Mac, capital M, capital K. Today's her birthday.
Is Embiid playing?
Oh.
Number's 2. He's supposed to.
I got this one. I got this one fresh too.
Oh, there you go.
That 76ers. Play the song. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so disinterested.
Okay, so he's out. Embiid's out. Okay, he sees him out. Okay. Number's 2.
Okay, see road favorites again. I see some 3, Butchie. Butchie sees stuff that people don't all see. Butchie's a good resource for all this stuff. You want OKC on the road?
No. They don't really need it. That's the problem.
What are they playing for?
It's just seeding. They're in. They know they're in. It's a matter of what seed do they want.
I haven't looked at the NBA standings in 5 days. Can OKC get the 1 seed still?
They can. Yes, they're leading it by half a game. They have the 1 seed. Thunder, Nuggets, T-Wolves have all clinched playoff spots.
It's a good basketball game.
It's a good basketball game, but Philly is playing. What are they playing for, really? I mean, they're in. Trying to get out of the play-in, I guess.
Dude, Philly can't get in that plane.
They're in it right now.
I know. They got to get out of that plane.
Well, they're 2.5 games behind. They're 2 games in the loss column back of the Pacers. Got some work to do.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
They've played, let me see. Philly now has played 75 games. So they have 7 games left to make up 2 games.
With no head-to-heads.
I don't believe so, no.
They don't play Indiana again. I don't think so.
Okay. So it's going to be tough for them to get out of that play-in, personally. Best case scenario is that they wind up with the 7 seed. That's a game and a half behind the Heat. 2 games in the loss column. If they catch the Heat, then they could host that 7-8 game.
Right.
That might be the best case scenario for them. Rockets are not in. Houston, as I said, clinched, but they're laying 7 tonight. Rockets are in desperation mode.
Rockets are not in. Minnesota clinched. You said Rockets.
Sorry, what did I say?
That's all right.
Rockets are not in. Minnesota is clinched, yes.
Right.
They're 1 game behind for the 1 seed overall, but the Rockets are 2 games behind, 2 games in the loss column behind the Warriors for that 10th spot.
Dream maybe dissipating.
But they're going to play hard to the end. Ime is going to have them playing hard to the end.
Yep. That natural letdown spot here.
For whom?
Minnesota?
Maybe.
I'm
Maybe.
so disinterested in so many of these games. Where's Tristan? Tristan didn't answer us back. I wanted to talk to her specifically about the Sacramento Kings game tonight.
Oh.
Tristan didn't answer us back.
Hopefully, at some point, we'll grab her on the show at some point. Spurs at the Nuggets, 16.5. This seems heavy, no? This is a big number.
You got to find a number that somebody's going to willingly bet San Antonio. What could you make this number? 12? You're going to get nothing but one-sided bets. Has to be at least 15. This may be extra, though.
16.5. What the?
A lot.
I mean, they're playing hard. Spurs are playing hard.
Is Wemby playing?
Yes. They're not keeping him. The gloves are off him. They let him go. They're letting him play. It's great.
Get reps.
Yeah, just
Gotta get reps.
get ready. I like the Spurs here. I like the over here.
Yeah.
Like 16.5, and I like the over. I have a better number though. I have 223. I have 223.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know.
5 of the last 6 Spurs have gone over.
Like the
Home.
total better.
Home and road.
It's 16.5 is not even a real number.
It's insanity, right?
You wonder why the women's game did more handle than the NBA did yesterday. You get games like this.
Fair.
I don't even know who's playing.
Dallas, Golden State, both need it.
This is the game of the night, no?
It is. Yep. And both need it.
This is actually a meaningful basketball game in April. That's not a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I don't know who's going to win. I think Dallas is the side, no?
I think Dallas is the side. Yes.
That's you got to really look at.
I just don't think Golden State's very good.
That's the thing. Like I'm starting to think. Like,
I watched them play the Spurs, and like they're just not very good. They're just not very good.
They're just
they're average. It's Steph taking crazy, wild, long threes. If they're not getting any bench support, any bench points, they go through lulls where they don't score. Yeah, I like the Mavericks tonight to win.
Put
that
it
game.
in the chat. Let the people vote.
Okay.
Give them a poll right now. Dallas +1, Golden State -1. This is usually a good indicator of where the bets are going to come in at more. I don't know. I think we get more Dallas votes too.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we're not getting.
You skipped the Clippers and Sacramento game. How come?
I have no interest in it. It doesn't matter for the playoffs.
Sacramento's plan is to stay.
They're not going to miss the playoffs.
The play-in.
What's the question again? Spurs or
no one? No, Dallas or Golden State.
Ah.
Dallas +1, Golden State -1. Probably won't even get 25 votes. No one's interested in the NBA. It's a tough product to sell right now.
The Final Four in the NIT.
Dallas.
Game 1 tonight. Indiana State against Utah. Totals 161.5. Totals coming down. I almost bet under 163 last night. I should have, but
As far as basketball goes, I'm personally more interested in both of these games.
this game's awesome. This game's
is
awesome.
good.
This is an awesome game.
These are both good tonight.
This is the game. This is the game of the night in basketball.
Over to
No, under.
what?
No, I don't like it. I don't like it over. I like it under.
Okay.
But I like Utah State. I'm sorry, I like Indiana State rather.
Yeah. This
Utah's
is going to be one of those
not very
ones
good on the
where-
road. Not very good on the road at all.
Is it chalk?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah. Indiana State, Seton Hall. Yeah. I think that's your final game. That's your NIT championship.
That's the way it looks. Sycamore's going to win. Tell them, Whitrock.
Second best team in Indiana.
Second best team in Indiana. Who's first? The Pacers.
No, Covey likes the Utes. Okay. I like Indiana State.
Yeah,
Utah is really long. They're really, really athletic on the wing, but away from home, they're 6-11 ATS. Just not good away from home. They've been a dominant home team. They won all 3 games, obviously, at home.
to get here.
But
This is in Hinkle. This isn't at Indiana State.
But it's in Indiana. It's going to be all Indiana State. This is going to be a home crowd.
It's like the movie Hoosiers. They're going to put up signs closed.
No one from Utah is going to the NIT Final Four to watch Utah play.
Oh,
come on.
There goes the Utah sponsorship.
It's just true.
Still have not had Utah dabbed on the map.
We have not.
On Roll Call Friday, which, by the way, again this week, boys and girls, it's Roll Call Thursday.
Yes.
So just.
But I don't understand. Like, look, Utah is going to walk into Hinkle Fieldhouse and it's going to be all Sycamore blue. It's all about Indiana State tonight. And Utah isn't like a lot of these teams in college basketball, make or miss. They hit threes, they win.
The number one team in the state of Indiana right now is the Purdue Boilermakers.
Correct.
This is true. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. They are.
Yeah, Covey, where was that game played, though? That game wasn't played at Houston. That game for Utah against Houston was played in Utah, I believe, right? They're a much different team at home. Much different team at home.
Hey, Ro, are you aware? I just clicked the Twitter feed. We have almost 800 people watching the show right now on the Twitter.
Over. That would be over that. Yeah. There's 802 people watching on
Popping
Twitter.
in.
102 on YouTube and 800 on Twitter. So
yes, nice. We're almost at a dime on a Tuesday. People say they don't watch the show.
Liars. Georgia at Seton Hall. I like the Hall tonight. I didn't bet it, but I like the Hall.
What's the number if it's the Hall in Indiana State?
Pick.
I think Hall -2.
Okay.
Little bit like I think Hall is the team that people are gravitating toward. It's going to win, but we'll see the crowd effect right now.
Oh, Butchie says 1.5 if they play.
Still got it, Butchie.
Okay, there you go.
Love you, brother. Butchie's going to hire me at some point, I think. Figure this out. Might need a gig. We got to keep grinding. We're going to keep doing the show. Hall wins. Hall cover?
Yes.
Hall wins and covers.
Yes. I think
bigger surprise, Utah beats Indiana State or Georgia beats Seton Hall?
Georgia beats Seton Hall.
Agreed. Yeah, Utah can win.
Yeah, Utah can win. No, they can. I mean, they're the sixth best team in the Pac-12, and again, they stink away from home. So that's why I don't like them ATS away from home. All right, to baseball we go. Kyle Freeland Day here against the Cubs. Rockies are big dogs again. They got an opener going, though. This is my worry here. This is opener day for a lot of these teams. It's either ace or opener.
Here we go.
I feel a little bit. This is the game the Rockies could win.
I mean, it's 12:45 on Pacific right now.
Yeah.
The Dodgers still have not named a pitcher for tonight.
Nope.
Like, what the hell are we doing?
Agreed. I don't know.
It just doesn't matter anymore, does it?
Nope.
Freeland Day against the Cubs. It says Assad is pitching.
For the Cubs?
Yeah.
Yes. Opener.
So what's he go? 1 inning or one time through the order?
1 or 2. And then it's getting deep into the bullpen, and but again, the Rockies don't score. So Freeland Day worked well against the Rockies, against the Diamondbacks. Why? 16 runs. He lost 16-1 on opening day.
Right.
So, I don't really feel comfortable going, all right, bet the over in the game against the Cubs. 1, it's Wrigley outdoors. 2, it's freezing cold. 3, it's an opener. I don't know. Too many unknowns to bet this game, in my opinion.
Oh, way too many.
Rays are laying 160 against the Rangers. This is a good game.
When's the last time the Rays beat the Rangers?
Don't know. Good question. A while ago.
It wasn't last year in the playoffs.
Nope.
It wasn't yesterday.
Are you serious, Zach?
Snowing, heading to Chicago now. Oh. Look, it's been a while since you've seen snow. It'll be good for you. That'll be good for you. In April.
Oh, my. On my birthday.
Little snow in April. Yeah.
Snow on my birthday is not allowed.
That's
not
good.
allowed.
Listen, you're from Boston. It snowed on your birthday before.
It has. It pisses me off every time. I used to get seriously depressed. Furious.
Yeah.
So after my birthday all the time, too.
It'll be fine. You're gonna have
It's a blizzard? Zach, it's a blizzard? It's a blizzard?
Highway 20 past Galena. Where's that?
I think
Zach.
Iowa. I think he's in
That's
Iowa.
Iowa?
I think he's Iowa heading into Chicago.
Damn.
Cold, windy, rainy in Chicago. Yeah, it's supposed to clear out by the time we get there. It's going to be sunny, just really cold.
Cold, windy, and rainy in Chicago. That'll be fine. No snow.
Yeah, fine.
Hopefully
Rangers
get one
team
of
total.
everything else.
Over
Rangers
2.
team total over.
2.5.
Marcella under.
Okay.
Makes sense. This will be the game. I mean, they better win this game with Eflin, right?
Yeah, no, you have your stud. Yeah, you better. Same thing here with Berrios and Valdez. Blue Jays got no hit yesterday, and they got to go face Framber. Have fun with that. You got hit by the journeyman. The no hit, the journeyman no hit at you, not Framber Valdez.
Right.
Put Houston in a parlay piece.
Oh, isn't Houston going to rattle off a couple in a row after
Wins?
after they just lost
Yeah.
4 in a row to the
This
Yankees?
this is a bad deal. Yes.
This is not
You
a
get
good
swept by the
spot
Yankees and they no hit the Blue Jays right afterwards behind them. Yes, Houston's the side in this game. Yes. I totally agree. Yankees D-backs. Here's your 5-0 Yankees number against one of the best at-home pitchers in the game in Zach Gallen.
Be watching this one. This
Good
will be get to finish up on Sports Grid and actually watch a baseball game tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Although Stevie Fisher's in town, he's tweeting at us, taking pictures of him.
Oh, that's here. I didn't realize it was here.
He's here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So may end up actually going to meeting Fisher somewhere to watch this game or something. We'll see. If you guys ever are in town like that, text the text line, please. It's the easiest way to get to either Matt or myself directly, 702-570-8255. I think you got to bet the Yankees, no?
Wow. Really?
I think you bet them until they lose. This will be the night, though.
Yeah.
Right? This will be the night they lose.
They're losing tonight.
You think so?
Yeah, they're losing tonight. Yeah. I like Gallen.
If I had a jet, if I could go see Sonic right now,
Mhm.
I'd actually go down and watch this game in person. I want to see Gallen pitch in person.
Right.
Like the movement on his ball is when he's on, especially at home, it's alarming. It
Carroll's
has
doubtful.
that
Okay.
sick.
Corbin Carroll being doubtful is not great. That's not great for them. And then finally, Red Sox have Bello going against Wood. It's only 145. This is an Astros.
If we're running the book, how high do you want to make the Red Sox today?
60, 75?
You're ridiculous.
They're going to win the game. A's
That's
suck.
too high.
A's suck.
The A's do stink.
Red Sox, Astros. I don't know, you got to come up with a fun name for that. A and B parlay, Astros Boston parlay, or
ABC.
Cubs.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. Little Jackson 5. We could do an ABC parlay.
Yeah, there you go.
Did the Bees play today?
No, they do not. Bruins do not play today. Celtics and Bruins both don't play today. But Red Sox are winning this game.
Look at that. Astros, Boston, and
Cubs. Cubs. ABC.
Oh!
Cubs. ABC. That's what I said. Cubs. I think the Cubs. ABC.
A baseball
Astros, Boston.
parlay birthed right here on the BVB to the Jackson 5 song.
Let's see what that pays real fast. What do you think it pays? What do you think it pays?
Money line.
Guess what does it pay?
Plus, what's the price? Minus 145, minus what?
Let's see. So the Cubs are
minus 180,
192, Red Sox 148, and the let's see, in the
Astros 150.
Astros. Where are the Astros? On FanDuel,
3-1.
The Astros.
Astros.
Oh, there it is. 155. 3 plus 319. 3-1.
Almost exactly had it.
3-1 on that.
Look at
So.
that. Oh, JC from Casey, like it's not enough. We got to throw the Braves in there too.
Oh, that's the Braves one. Actually, the Braves. You actually, you know what? Kick out the Red Sox. Put the Braves in there. Yeah, I like the Braves better than the Red Sox.
You just said the Red Sox are
I do,
them.
but I feel more comfortable saying I think the Red Sox are going to win on the run line. We'll do that in Better to Book it here in a second, but I think the Braves are going to house. White Sox are awful. They're awful.
Awful.
Plus 276. Cubs, Astros, Braves. ABC. Astros, Braves, Cubs. ABC. Right there. There it is. There's your 3. I'm betting that.
Damn, son.
Braves, Astros, Cubs. I'm betting that.
What did we just do?
ABC
the Bruins are in Nashville tonight.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Pick them.
ABC.
They're losing tonight in Nashville.
There's your ABC ones.
Don't put the Bruins in there, boys and girls.
No, they
Don't
could. That'd be tough. Yeah, that'd be dangerous.
Tough game.
Oh, time now for Bet It or Book It. Wait, where is it? There it is.
Fire!
Indiana State laying 3.5. Better to book it. Sycamores.
Scared. I'm a little scared.
Why?
I think
Don't be
they
scared.
win. It's going to come down to the end. This is scary. I think this is a book it for me.
Okay. Over 223 Spurs Nuggets.
Yes, bet it.
Over 214.5 Cavaliers before I knew that Mitchell was out.
Stinks.
Did not know Mitchell was going to be out.
Yeah.
Out.
That's okay. I think though this is a bet it.
Okay.
I mean, I book it. I'm not crazy about this. I don't like that information.
214.5 is low. The books are overreacting again. They're putting numbers too low now. Everybody's betting under. Now they're dropping these numbers too low. And people are jumping in. What's 4? Indiana State's up to 4? Late move in Indiana State?
Is it? Hold on. I went to the baseball page. Hold on. Let's see. There's 4 popping.
Huh? Late move in Indiana State. Popping. How about that? Yeah. And then Red Sox run line.
With a straight face, I'm going to say take the ace on the run line.
Yep. Go ahead. It's Bello.
All right.
I'll be against Alex Wood.
We'll take the wood. We'll take the wood.
Enjoy. Good. Keep doing that. You did it yesterday too and lost. So do it again. That's good.
We'll take the wood plus a run and a half.
Keep it going with that. That's good. We can do our super chat question here during the main show.
Gary.
Need advice. Hedging on 100-to-1 ticket. NC State to win the national championship. What do I do?
What do you do? Damn, Gary.
25 units on Purdue.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you got to get something for your time. You didn't get to the Final Four to just walk away with a nice, fun story, did you? I don't think so.
Hammer it.
The content space will tell you. I mean, if this is to win $10,000, at 100-to-1, I mean, it's $100 to win 10 grand. So I don't know how much you have invested, but you can't walk away with nothing.
Say it's $10. $10 to win 1,000.
Right.
You got it. You got to turn around.
You owe it to yourself.
You got to bet 250. You got to bet 250 on Purdue.
You got to bet something.
You have to. And then you just kick your heels up and let it go.
That's why you make these bets. I mean, I'm going to cut into the profit if they win. Yeah, you are. Okay.
But
let it ride. Right.
I'd rather be hedging with an NC State future. Well, here's an interesting question. So you have NC State to win it all at 100-to-1.
Yeah.
Could you bet UConn to win it all as a hedge?
Well, I mean, you could bet both. You could bet UConn and Purdue to win it all. Cash something. Right?
Yeah, no. I'm hedging. No. Hedge it. Take Purdue. 25 units on
Purdue in the game. You can
25.
take Purdue 2-to-1 to win the national championship and take UConn to win a national championship at this point. For however much you want to risk. Gary, I think it's a prudent decision. It's a fun sweat. You don't have to do anything. But you want to make sure you made a good bet and get something for it. I mean, yeah, you're going to take some off the top if NC State pulls it off. If NC State wins Saturday and wins Monday, it's the most unbelievable story ever. You want to take some cash home for that.
I'm team hedge, but that's because I want to guarantee profit. Gamblers say let it ride. I understand that. Gamblers say let it ride. I totally understand that but I would go bet 25 units on the other side. And then if NC State wins, I go bet 25 units on the other side again, and I guarantee myself 50 units. So I want to guarantee.
Put the ticket up on prop swap. If you want to, you could sell the ticket and take something. You're not going to get nearly as much, I think, if you can bet it.
Yeah, you got to get $250 for your time. I agree, Kevin. You got to get something for your time. You have 100-to-1 ticket. You got to, or in game. You can in game. That's absolutely true. You can bet it for the in game. So,
the in game stuff is. I think you have to, with the Purdue being as big a favorite as they are.
Wait till in game and then hammer it.
Well, I think you almost have to lock something in pregame. What if Purdue
blows them out,
gets out to a big lead, and blows them out? Like, you never get an opportunity
to come back in,
lay less than you're laying now. Now
Right.
you could take that gamble, take a little Purdue, and then in-game it.
If you guys are live with us on YouTube and Twitter, do not move. If you're watching on Sirius or watching on Sports Grid or listening on Sirius XM, you guys are back with us tomorrow. Bonus time starts now. All right, Gary, hopefully we answered your question for you, Gary, on that. But Purdue is minus 450 on the money line, Gary. That is true. Yes, that is an expensive hedge. Or you can do what I did. I did not like Duke. I had 14-1 on NC State. I did not like Duke's pre-money line price. So I waited. I couldn't hold my water past 150, but you may get a much better price in game where you can come back in and bet. If you have $10 to win 1,000, you can bet $200 on Purdue at maybe like 150 or 175 or something. And then you're guaranteeing yourself to make money and you have no worries. So that's what I would do. He also has Bama. He also has an Alabama 35-1.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
So
Nice work, Gary.
So maybe he should bet both Purdue and UConn pre-flop and just be done. Bet Purdue and UConn to win it all.
Right.
Bet Purdue and UConn to win it all. Take the
At
plus
least
money.
For like doubling your unit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you just saw personally, you had a nice portfolio of futures.
Most of them went up. I didn't lose money, but most of them went up in smoke. I was able to, thankfully, NC State saved my ass, but
right.
most
And
of them
you
went up in
made that
smoke.
one the
In-game.
day before they played. You
2
didn't
days.
make that one 2 months ago.
No, right. Yeah, right. Yes, right.
So
I learned a lot about I learned a lot today. I learned a lot about watching the market all year long about price fluctuation and how I thought prices would change more dramatically than they did. They didn't change as much as I thought. I mean, the Creighton Blue Jays closed as a 25-1. They went into the tournament as 25-1 dogs. I bought 30-1 really early. Like you don't have to buy. Like I learned a lot about not having to buy as early, unless you're buying like when Covey bought Alabama at 100-1. He bought it during the summer. Like he bought it when it first popped. Like that's when you can buy it. Like really early you can buy it, but you don't have to buy it as early as I did.
But
so I
you
learned
have to buy the longer ones.
Earlier, right?
The shorter ones can only go down so much. They can only go the other way. So
yeah,
those are good positions to be in. I love to be in those positions. That's what I did last year with the baseball. I mean, but I waited until the day before the playoffs actually started because you have to know who's in.
Right.
Like buying the teams who don't get in sucks.
Right.
It's an immediate loss.
Favorite thing about today is what?
I'm trying to get this understanding of so many things. And I think my favorite thing today is about learning about business deals and how things really work. And it's amazing to me because there's a lot of people in this business. And I don't mean just the sports betting business. I mean the content business, the media business. And I'm learning so much just about the truth. And again, I'm going to go for a walk after the show. And I'm going to walk it out. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to do a cash considerations with Newbie right after we hang up. And then we'll get out. We'll get some air. We'll touch some grass. Play with the dog a little bit. And think. My favorite thing about today is my time to walk and think about a lot of things in addition to the show.
Be outside. 2 things for me. The first is today is National Autism Awareness Day. A lot of interesting things happen in life with autism, and a lot of people I know who have been affected by it. My family's been affected by it. I'm sure you've known people either in your life, friends, family, who have children who have been diagnosed with autism. It's such a difficult thing to talk about because the spectrum is so wide, but everybody gets cast with this very large brush, and families have to constantly feel like they're defending. Like if their child gets diagnosed with autism, it does not mean that they have a mental disability. It just means their brain works differently. And so I like this day a lot because it helps to talk about that autism may be something that is in your family, in your life, in your, maybe your child has it, but you have to constantly explain to people like he or she just needs more time, or he or she doesn't do well with loud noises, or they get overstimulated, or where it might be. So I really like this day a lot because it helps families to learn more about how diverse it is. Like there's a lot of kids who are going to be grow up to be incredibly successful people who have been diagnosed with autism and who are on the spectrum, as they call it, in some form or fashion. So if you know somebody, if you haven't or learn about it, maybe you'll learn more about autism today. And it's great to have Autism Awareness Day. And then the other thing is my stepfather had open heart surgery this morning in Boston. He's out of surgery. He's in the ICU. So I didn't want to say anything until he came out of surgery, and I've gotten the all clear from my family that he's in recovery and got a long road ahead of him. But if you're in your 30s, he's a young guy. Okay. So luckily they caught this and he had to have surgery, and he's in his upper 50s, and he's going to be able to recover because of his age. But your health, you 30-year-olds, your health, take care of yourself. Okay. You're not going to be young and be able to do anything you want and drink whatever you want and eat whatever you want for the rest of your life. And the habits you make today, the decisions you make today could keep you off the operating table in your 50s. I know you might think, oh, I'm invincible. Father Time comes knocking quick, guys.
It's always running after you.
Yeah.
You can't outrun it, but you can run alongside of it, just making good decisions. It's crazy to think about listening to that, looking back as a 20-year-old having 50-year-olds telling me, and they told me, and they were right. And I survived a stroke. The guy said, literally, you made a lot of good decisions in your life. That's probably a big reason why you're still here. So that's good advice.
Whoa. How about this?
What?
My father, the one who was with me, Zach O'Shea, had open heart surgery in 1959, one of the first in the state of Iowa. 1959.
Wow, the recovery back then was a lot different.
Heck yeah.
Papa O'Shea could probably tell stories.
So the bad news is they did have to open up, like they had to go in. So of course. So he's going to lengthy recovery ahead of him. He's going to be, he just actually retired from the Mass Probation Department. He was a probation officer for the state of Massachusetts for, 25 years now. So he just actually was able to retire, but so he's got time to relax and not have to work, but it's months. Like they've said, like, you're not going to be feeling better for months. So
you gotta and again, God bless him, the family, everybody that at least you got to have people around you to keep an eye on you.
The surgery was the worry, though.
To mention too.
Yeah.
Our friend Merges.
Put
it out on Twitter about him being diagnosed with Parkinson's. If you guys know John on the Twitter, reach out and say hello to him, because I had found this out and, was told not to say anything about it.
Right.
I was happy he brought it out. You don't have to fight these things alone, boys and girls. I mean, the show is a path to that. The favorite thing about today, we talk about anything and anything. Mostly it's not about betting. It's about stuff like this. Email the show, text the text line. You're never alone. Just remember that.
We are back tomorrow. Hope to see you all with us. We begin a little after 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time for a Wednesday's BVB. And we're out. Close there, close there.
God, we don't have to talk about the draft. I mean, I'm watching. I got it on the TV. I'm like, there's not 1 second that I want to watch this.
Nope. They're going to struggle because right now, once we get through this weekend, then it's nothing but the draft.
Right.
You're just stuck.